Classic. I'm cooling with my niggas on the wake up shop. We kick a little something for the radio. I'm cooling with my niggas on the wake up shop. We kick a little something for the radio.
Check it, bust it, tune it up. It's the corrupt novelist, knives involved in this liveness. Radio wave slaves thrive inside of this wake up show flow. Hip hop's alarm clock, the bomb spot. Mellow with ganja that makes my eyes turn yellow. See reclined on my leather sofa. However, close to 9 p.m. Joe Quicks, King Tech, I could just see him on the 1 and 2, son. My blunt and full pour, the rum 92.3. Number 1 in the slum representing DJs. Sway the whole Z police. What a collaboration. See, I'm comatose, no pork, just knowledge, and I'm born once more. It's the beat that blesses the street deep in the 9-4. Hip hop's last prophet henceforth in existence. The 92.3 megahertz will exert radio waves. The slaves for a phenomenal distance. Electrons to fear to slice the cheeks so you can hear some slum in a mature, consider it will numb your head. You're sleeping like a ladder day. Saint for swaying King Tech will wake you up on Saturday. 9 to 12 verbal junkies overdosing Joe Quicks and get your fix to the mix and then them ghosts win. In your sleep I slap you with the lethal doses of medicine. So wake up with organizing the brethren. King Tech Joe Quicks better than your last fix. Severing whackness with sway the host dose of fat mix. Baby dolls frontin' so Saturday nights open. Hopping on the 101 time scoping 92.3 degrees.
Ladies and gentlemen, that music gets me going, kind of gets my blood going. Justin, what's happening? All my favorites, everybody's here in the mood. Man, oh man, this just gets me fired up to see you guys showing up, stepping up. That's what we're doing. Everybody chiming in, saying hello, saying good morning. You guys make me feel good. You get me inspired. I get so pumped up. I'm wearing my undershirt right now because if I put on my shirt that I gotta wear today, I'm gonna get all heated up because you guys get me pumped. So I'm partially dressed for the day. I gotta put on a suit, but I can't put it on before I go on with you guys because I get heated. Good morning, my people. Welcome to the Road to $1 Million. You know what we do. This is the Road to $1 Million and we call it that for multiple reasons, but you get it, you understand. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor, talking about real estate sales, talking about success, talking about growing, talking about how to get on a consistent road to $1 million. And that's the idea. You need to have $1 million ideas so that you can put in your $1 million game plan so that you can execute and create millions of dollars systematically. What's up, Karen? Systematically. You got to be able to have a predictable way to accumulate and attract wealth. And it starts with the ideas that make you more efficient. It starts with the concepts that make you more effective. It starts with the concepts that make you better at your core principles, at your core skill sets. And then you get to scale, and then you get to add to that and multiply, have a exponential multiplier effect. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some things that I think are really, really important in the wealth building game. Okay, now be careful with that. We throw rich and wealthy and all of that around real loosely, real casually, but there's some science behind wealth building, and I want to give you some of the basic science behind wealth building today. Okay, so each of us, everybody who shows up for church at 9 a.m., that's us, that's our group, we're a congregation. We want to grow, become really, really highly skilled at what we do. And that's just step one in this equation. So when I talk to you about sales skills, your salesmanship, your ability to close, your ability to prospect, your ability to convince people to do the right thing that's best for them, that then results in better things for them, that then results in sales for you, that's like step one in this wealth building model. Now, and that's a critical step, because if you show up and you talk about building wealth, but you don't have fundamental core skills on which to build, then it's like you're showing up at a gunfight with a stick. You don't have the tools. And if you don't have the tools, there's no way you're gonna proliferate. So you don't have anything on which to build. And if you see, let me tell you about wealth. Wealth and riches, if you want to call them that, they emanate from something at its core. So what's at the core for people like you and me is our ability to intelligently create sales. Sales. It's just simple. It's sales. And those of you that that want to admit that you're a salesperson are probably starting out in the best place, because that's what I do. I sell, whether it's selling real estate, which I have become fairly good at, or selling my coaching programs, which I am getting really better at, if I don't die first. Hold on. You can't choke to death. You can't sell much if you're choking. Okay, sorry about that. I almost died. And nobody's here to resuscitate me if I pass out. Come on, people. If I go down, you guys better send somebody over to get me. Good morning, D. All right, so the core of your wealth building machine that I'm going to help you build is you're at the core, and your ability to do the fundamental, your ability to sell and scale, your ability to know your product, your ability to know your customer. Hey, Lupe, your ability to build upon something. What is it you're building upon? What is it you're building upon? You can interview 1,000 millionaires, and each one of them will tell you upon which rock, which skill set their fortune is built. So you might have a guy like Richard Branson who runs 50 different companies. Okay, he might have 50 different companies, but he could go backwards and tell you on which set of skills he has built his empire. The very, very foundation, the bottom brick, the first brick that he laid was on something real. And I'm sure he could tell you exactly what that is. Matter of fact, we should read his autobiography just to see what that is. And it's probably very simple. I probably read it before, I just can't remember exactly what brick he built it on. Hey, Peaches, what's happening? Good morning. Listen, so, hey, Tam, all right, what is the brick? What is the first brick? Because we can all talk about, hey, I want to have multiple streams of income. I want to have 5 different businesses. I want to own all of these different things. Stop. What's the first brick? What is the first brick in the castle you're building? You see, a lot of us have these high-flying goals and dreams and objectives, and that's beautiful. I got a vision board too. It's pretty incredible. Like, you'd be impressed with my vision board. You're like, if he gets all that stuff done, that's a bad dude. Well, that's great. Those are big, ambitious, high-flying, lofty goals and dreams. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But prior to that, you have to have a foundation on which you're going to build, which is going to catapult you to those things. Now, some things get you there faster than other things, right? So here's what I'm imploring you guys to do and think about. On which brick are you building your castle? What's the first brick? See, a lot of people don't even start with the first brick. So here's what I say. I got into real estate sales because it was not just a brick. It had the ability to be a freaking stone this big. Why? Why do I say that? Because in this sales business, you have the ability to make large amounts of money in short periods of time. Now, so I said to myself, okay, over there, real estate gives me the ability to make large paychecks, 20, 50, 70, $100,000 at a time if I choose to sell the right thing, right? So in my brain, I said, that's a very good first brick on which to build my empire, right? That's going to be the first stone in my foundation. Get good at selling these high-ticket items called property, right? So you're in the catbird seat. If you're like me and you're in the real estate business or planning to go in the real estate business, you have a very, very good opportunity to start your castle building with one big freaking brick. It's called real estate sales. So then let's drill down. Get really good at selling real estate. Give yourself the ability to make $500, $600, $800,000. And now that brick becomes a launching pad. That brick becomes something that can catapult you and build your castle that much faster. It's a big foundational brick. And then, so when I drill down and I'm giving you the little bitty tweaks to help you get better at selling real estate, we got your big picture in mind. We know what your big picture is. You want an empire, right? Starts with a brick. Starts with one brick. And what people don't understand in this world of instant gratification, and in this world of I want it now, in this world of I don't want to do any work, but I want to be wealthy, it doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there are faster ways in life than others to build wealth, but you got to choose one and become proficient at it. You have to choose one and become really good at it. We, most of us here in this church, in the temple called the Real Estate Road to $1 Million, most of us have chosen real estate. Hell of a vehicle. It's a great vehicle. It's a great launching pad. It's a great first brick. Now you have to get good at that first brick. You have to get really good at being good at delivering in that department. After that, we can help your returns become exponential. But if you don't start with fundamental number one, then you never have a foundation and everything you try to build will crumble. I want you to have a super strong foundation. Start right now. It doesn't have to take a long time. Get really good at doing what can, look, the bottom line is we can make paychecks that are much larger than the average person's paycheck. We can make, people out there punching clocks to make 50 grand in a year, and we can make 50 grand this weekend. We can make 50 grand by the end of the week. And that's a unique opportunity. Now, how about just getting really good at taking advantage of that? And then we can show you how to increase things exponentially. All right, so now let's flash forward. Let's assume you're gonna show up in church every morning, 9 a.m. and listen to me rant, right? And that's gonna help you tweak your skill set and get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And 6 months, 8 months, 10 months from now, you're pretty darn good at selling real estate, right? So now you have the ability to go out and make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, right? That's a springboard for you, right? No, most people can't go out and make $300,000. Most people are struggling to make $80,000. So now you have a unique springboard. You have a unique platform on which to build your empire. And then, don't put the cart before the horse. That's the first thing. And then we're going to talk about the single most important word in the wealth building game. Anybody know what it is? Single most important word in the wealth building game. I'm going to give a few seconds and see if anybody can think of it. It's not a quiz. I'm going to tell you. Ready? Wealth building. Remember, the single most important word in the wealth building game is leverage. Ladies and gentlemen, leverage. Leverage will make you rich. The ability to use leverage will make you a wealthy person. Leverage. You hear me, T? We got to paint that on the wall somewhere. Angie, you got to make a poster. Leverage. We got to get a t-shirt. Leverage. The road to $1 million is paved with leverage, ladies and gentlemen. Leverage. Does anybody get it? You got to use leverage in order to turn your basic set of skills and put a multiplier effect on it. You put a multiplier effect on it by creating a lever that gives you the ability to do what you do and move a whole lot of things the way you move one. Think about it. If I help you get really, really good at selling real estate, and then you apply a little leverage to that skill set and give yourself the ability to do what you do, but only do it times 5 or times 10, 10x like everybody talks about. What if you took that first fundamental skill and leveraged it up? Now, how do you do that, Daron? How do you lever up? Give me an example. All right, let's keep it simple. Let me give you an example. I'll give you a couple of examples in a couple of different arenas. Let me tell you how. I'll bring it down to the real world. Okay, you have the ability to convey messages to people and get them to convince them to list or buy real estate from you, right? Okay, so that's great. You're good at it. You know the words to say. You know the messages to deliver. You've learned how we service a client by helping them fulfill their goals and ambitions, right? You're learning that. We're learning that every day. We're talking about that every day, right, Lydia? Right, Peaches? Okay, now we're going to take that skill set, and how do you leverage it, Darren? How do you leverage it? You leverage it through conveying that message in ways that go from one to one. Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm the best person to sell your real estate. And then you turn that into a one to many. Hey, Mr. Sellers, I'm the best person to sell your real estate, blah, blah, blah. Now, how do you do that, Darren? How do you do it? Tell me how. I'll do it today. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a few ways. Then you can go from basic to super extremely technical complicated. One way is the mail. Can you convey the message that you convey in person through snail mail? I've done it. It can be done. 2, the internet. Okay, if there's a couple of those, there's a couple of offshoots from the internet. What's the first one? Email. Okay, so if I have the ability to talk to somebody and convince them and tell the story of why Daron Campbell is the best person to list or sell their real estate any day of the week, then what about my ability to convey that same message in an email message and then send it to 1,000 people a day instead of calling 8 people a day? Have I now injected leverage into my game plan? Yeah. What's the trick? The trick is to be able to convey that message through that leveraged vehicle. Can I make an email message almost as compelling as my verbal message? Huh? Think about it. Think about it. Are there ways? Absolutely, there are ways. If I can say a face-to-face message to you, if I can tell you face-to-face that I am the best person to sell or help you buy real estate, and I have a compelling, convincing message, and I get so good at delivering that message, then Darren, how could I deliver that message to 1,000 people in one day? Well, email is a leverage system. Hey, what could I do? I could create a video and email that video to people and talk to them as if I'm talking straight to their face. Would that be effective? Would that work on some people? Absolutely it would. And what did you just do? You just leveraged yourself and you spoke to 500 people instead of 1. All you got to do is perfect the conversation and deliver it to more people. That's called leverage, ladies and gentlemen. That's called leverage. You got it right, Garrett. Copywriting matters. But what if you just focused your attention on it? What if you spent 30 days perfecting a message that you could lever out through email or snail mail and talk to 500 people or 1,000 people? Now you just leverage your salesmanship, your skill set, those sharp tools that we helped you get every morning on the road to $1 million, 9 a.m. to 9:25, coming to church every day. What if we took those messages, sharpened those tools, boom, and you sent that message out to 500 people this week? Hello, 500 people will understand who you were. 500 chances for people to say, that's my realtor, would have just happened. Whoa, I just took your 1-to-1 and made it 1 to 500. All you had to do was get the message right. All you had to do is deliver the message in the most effective way. Let me give you some more leverage. We got more. Okay, a lot of real estate agents, a lot of real estate teams, they duplicate themselves by hiring ISAs. What's an ISA? An inside sales agent. What's an inside sales agent? An inside sales agent, Peaches, is a person who I train to say what I would say instead of me saying it. So in other words, if I'm going to call 50 people today and say what I say and convince them that I am that guy, an inside sales agent is a person that I train to say that very same thing to another 50 people today. So now, instead of Darren just calling 50 people today, I got Darren and little clone Darren saying the same thing to another 50 people. So now, collectively, me and Mr. ISA just talked to 100 people instead of just 50. We just levered up. We just increased our output by 100%. What? Marlon, where's the fireworks? Ding, 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 ding. Opportunity. If you can learn it, then you could teach somebody the very same set of skills. And guess what? They don't require a paycheck the size of the one you're going to make. They just require, many times, a very modest paycheck or a very modest percentage of that paycheck, because you're going to bring all the other skills to the game. You just need to leverage yourself so that you're touching more people. What did the email do? It touched more people. What did the snail mail do? It touched more people. What did the inside sales agent do? It freaking touched more people. You doubled up, you tripled up, you quintupled up, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand? Leverage is the word of the day. It's the most important word in the wealth building game. Do you get it? That's how you build wealth. I can become strong by myself, but I can become wealthy with leverage. You hear me? Do you hear me? Woo! All right, I'm gonna go advanced on you. I'm gonna go advanced. Here we go. Ready to go advanced? You guys want to go advanced? All right, I just gave you basic. Take your sales and you leverage it. I gave you basic. Now I'm going advanced. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Once you get to the point where you're earning the kind of dollars that give you ability to invest those dollars in your business, invest those dollars in your growth. Now you're going to take your dollars, wait a minute, listen carefully, you're going to take your dollars and leverage them. What? How do you leverage your dollars, Daron? I've never heard of such a thing. You give your dollars legs. How do you give your dollars legs? You invest your dollars in places where the money comes back in greater multiples than the money that went out. Wait a minute, what does that mean? What the heck does that mean? Do you understand what investing is all about? Do you understand that the system is set up for you to leverage all the way to the wealth to what was it called in Monopoly? Where the rich people retired. What was it called? I can't even think about it. Oh, the Game of Life or Millionaire Acres or something like that. Whatever. The point is, real estate investing is a huge leverage opportunity for your money. If I can put down 20% on that apartment building down the street, and that 20% that I earned because I leveraged my business and I got some dollars, I took those dollars, I invested, I put down 20% to buy that apartment building, and now there's 31 tenants in that apartment building that with 20% down are gonna pay the mortgage for me, give me some extra money on top of that mortgage to put back in my pocket to save to buy the next one, but I only put 20% of the entire purchase price into that building. The bank is gonna loan me the other 80%. I mean, the bank is saying, hey, you put up $2 and I'll put up $8 and you go ahead and it's all yours. And we don't even get a vote. You do whatever you want with it after that. What? What are you talking about? That's called leverage, ladies and gentlemen. That's saying, hey, Daron, hey, dum-dum, you put down 20 cents and we'll put up 80 cents and we'll give you $1 worth of stuff. $1, you gonna give me $1 worth of an apartment building with my 20 cents and you're gonna put up the other 80 and just charge me a little interest on it? What? That's leverage, ladies and gentlemen. That's called leverage. Hello, compounding profits daily. Hello, T, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, that's a way to give your money leverage. Okay, so I told you how to take your business skills and leverage them. Now I just told you how to take your money skills and leverage that. Take your money and leverage that, not your money skills. Your money and leverage that. So can I get 5 times my money for putting down one? Put down 1, get 4 more. That's leverage, ladies and gentlemen. That's 400% leverage. Do you understand what that means? That means opportunity. That means opportunity. Look, when you go to Best Buy and you buy a TV, they charge you for the whole TV, right? I go buy an apartment building, the bank's only gonna charge me 20 cents on the dollar. So now that money can go to work for me and pay me, and I only put down 20 cents of the dollar. Does that make any sense to you? I don't get that with my house. I get that with my income property. That's putting your money to work. That's giving your money legs. That's leveraging your money. Let me tell you something crazy. There are extreme circumstances out there under which you can absolutely have infinity for leverage. Let me give you a quick example. You guys remember I told you about those first 2 apartment buildings I bought? First 2 apartment buildings, the guy really wanted to sell. The buildings were beaten up and he needed to go out of the country to do some mission, some religious mission. I said, well, I'll buy the buildings from you, but I don't have any money. So if you'll carry the loans for me, I'll take over the buildings. You sell them to me, I'll take over, I'll fix them up, clean them up, and in a couple of years, I'll refi them and I'll pay you out. He was like, okay. So I put down 0, and I bought 2 apartment buildings. And the price wasn't the lowest price in the world, it wasn't the highest price in the world, somewhere in the middle, but he carried all the paper. I put up no dollars. How much leverage is that, T? That's like infinity, right? I put up nothing, and I got these 2 buildings. And I went to work fixing them up, or whatever money I did get, I used to fix them up. And then I ended up selling those buildings. Or no, I refied those buildings, bought him out. A few years later, sold those buildings and made $600,000 or $700,000. Who knows? Whatever I made, I made. But the point is, I used leverage to buy those buildings. So you can find situations, keyword, where somebody is willing to give you the leverage, in return for taking it off of their hands. Oh my God, that's leverage. You want to talk about wealth building? If it took you no money or this much money to buy this much real estate, you just gave yourself all the leverage in the world. You gave yourself the ability to become wealthy without having to have the money beforehand. Hello. Okay, and I'm gonna give you one more. That's crazy. And some of you don't know about this, and some of you do, and I don't know what you're thinking if you're not taking advantage of it. But you want to talk about leverage? Let me tell you about leverage in business one more time. Any of you, though most of you know that I am with eXp Realty, okay? I don't know how much you guys understand about eXp, but if you really thought about it, and if you heard the opportunity, if you haven't heard the opportunity, you should talk to me about it. But if you understand what eXp gives us the opportunity to do, then you understand what church is about today, because eXp gives us the ability to leverage our income. How, Daron? How? What do you mean? eXp says go sell real estate. Yes, they do. And that's what we do. We go sell real estate. But guess what else it gives us? The opportunity to introduce other people to eXp. And when those people join eXp and they go sell some real estate, then the person who introduced them gets paid again. And then it allows that person who joined to introduce some more people they know. And when those people close deals, then that person gets paid as well. And then the person who introduced them gets paid as well. And then I, who introduced them, who introduced them, who introduced them, gets paid as well. So here's a person, 1, 2, 3, 4 people removed from Daron, and Daron got paid when that person closed the deal. What? Marlon, throw some freaking fireworks up there. I introduced this person. I know them pretty well. They introduced this person. I don't know them so well, but I know of them. They introduced this person. I don't know them at all. And they introduced this person. Never heard of them before. This person closes a deal, and DC gets paid. What? That's leverage. That's me getting paid when somebody else did the work. If you know a better leverage plan than that, tell me, because I'm all in, because leverage is what builds wealth. If I can make $1 every time somebody over there makes $5 and I get paid without putting out any effort, is there any better leverage program than that? Is there any better system than that? Oh my God, I didn't spend any money. I didn't have to go drive the property. I didn't have to go take a client around. I didn't have to convince them to do anything. I didn't have to go and show up and close the deal for them. They did all the work. And 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, DC got paid. And everybody along the way got paid too. If you don't understand how powerful that is, ladies and gentlemen, you need to come here. We need to crack open one of those bottles of wine, and you need to drink something and think about it, because that is where wealth is built, ladies and gentlemen. That's how wealth is built. Leverage. And if you ain't at eXp with me, then you don't understand. If you don't get your real estate license and join my wealthy realtor tribe, then you're missing an opportunity. So those of you that aren't in this game, I'm telling you right now, you want to get paid, you want to get leverage, you want to get wealthy, you need to get your license, you need to join the wealthy realtor tribe that is the Daron Campbell team. Some of you are already on it, but the rest of you need to figure it out, because leverage is how you become wealthy, and without it, you're just the Lone Ranger. And you might do well, but you won't be wealthy. So come on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you an opportunity. I just laid something out, and I don't promote much on this show, and I don't promote much on the road to $1 million. But if you really want to make $1 million, you need to find some ways to leverage. And if you don't know how to leverage, you need to talk to me. And if you want to be in the real estate game, eXp and Daron Campbell team are the best way to ride, because I'm going to show you how to leverage all the way to, what's it called in the game of life? Millionaire acres? Whatever the hell it's called. That's where we're going. And we're going to celebrate on the yacht next year. Remember that. But you need to talk to me about it. Everybody on this broadcast, if you don't understand, you need to talk to me and I'll make you understand. You want to get wealthy? You want to retire wealthy? Let's go, people. Get at me. I'm Daron Campbell. I'm your real estate mentor. I want all of you to have a great day, and I'll see every one of you at the top. Hey, or I'll say this like somebody said, and I heard it cracked me up. He said, I'll either see you at the top or I'll see you from the top. Everybody, make it a great day. Peace.
Choking on chocolate, FM dial smoking, Prince Poe blows up from LA to Hoboken. I'm out. Yo, it's the wake up show. My genetic makeup take up 130 pounds of beef. But lyrics shake up like January 17th, crossover 16th. Them seeds is fossils. Protect your neck and wear a bulletproof vest on your tonsils. Amateurs bandage your cornea, cause you don't want to see California. See arsenic spitting arsenic with sway tech and your voice on the mix. Spinal meningitis ain't as stiff as the riff of brass, cast out slash like racist crackers with whips. Come equipped, you're losing your paraphernalia. I'm a hip-hop apostle, singing the gospel like Mahalia Jackson. He said it, 9 until the break of dawn. Put cocaine on my tongue, you got crack. Now rock on, rock on, rock on, rock on.
Thanks, Garrett.
I'm fooling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio. I'm fooling with my niggas on the wake up show. We kick a little something for the radio.
Saturday night, get live, set it off right, swing with my peeps, King Tech. You'll pass the mic and turn the up tier. You hear the speaker blow, red sky, it's 9 o'clock. Time for the wake up show. To the breaker, you think I'm a say, doing what I say. Take cousin rhymes, switch way, my word is born on the scene. Plotting out the main street, doing it right with your quakes on the mix. Late at night, so soon in, cause the food don't sleep. Moving in your Jeep on 92.3.
It's 9 o'clock p.m. 92.3 the beat begins.